Hiya, welcome back to the kitchen with Tabby and Nick. This is my oldest son, and I'm so glad that he's here today to make this particular recipe because we kind of took a little walk down memory lane. So this is pão de queijo, and this is something that is very, very common in Brazil. And of course, Nicholas was born in Brazil, so he had that dual citizenship for a while, and then he chose to be an American. Right?
I did, yeah. I committed to the good old red, white, and blue.
There you go. A little bit of a unique ingredient, but I'll let you know where you can find it. And yeah, I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. What do you think?
Oh, you're definitely going to save this one for future family get-togethers.
Yeah, it's a really good recipe. It was a lot of fun to make too. You're going to see.
Yeah.
So let's get cooking. All right, Nicholas, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm pretty excited to have you here cooking with me. Do you remember eating these in Brazil when you were little? I mean, I know you were pretty young, but...
The only thing I really remember is dropping that bowl of soup in my lap.
Oh, so. Yeah, that was not fun. That was not fun. All right, so this is the YOKI tapioca flour. It's specially made for this particular bread. So 1.5 cups, we're just gonna dump that in. It is a tapioca flour, so it is very much like a powdered sugar almost. It's very, very fine, and you can see the little cloud that it creates. So, all right, so if you want to take that 1/2 cup of milk, go ahead and pour that in.
Very carefully here.
And in this little pan, I've got just barely boiling is some water, some oil, and some salt. So you're going to use your fork there and just mix that around. And just remember, this recipe is going to be on my website, inthekitchenwithtabby.com. You'll find it under the breads category. I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. You'll just keep mixing. All right, just keep mixing that up. Now I have halved this recipe. The actual recipe calls for 1 large egg. You can't really half a large egg, so I've just taken a very small egg, and so that's what we're going to use for this. And you can see, if you want to hold that up, Nicholas, so they can kind of see how that looks.
Yeah, you can see the texture there.
Just making a really nice little dough with that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this egg in there. And you can just keep mixing that around with your fork. And then we did both just wash our hands, but you are eventually going to put your hands in there.
All right.
Because you got to mix it around a little bit with
with
your hands. Perfect, that looks good. And now I'm going to go ahead and put I'm using a Parmesan cheese. You can really use just about any cheese you want, but I think Parmesan really works well, and it adds a nice strong cheese flavor. So we're doing about 1/2 cup. And you know me, measure with your heart. So I'm gonna go a little heavy on the cheese. So we're just gonna get that mixed in really well. Wow, you act like you've done this before.
Yeah, no, this is the first time. As much of this as I've eaten in my life, it's kind of surprising that this is the first time.
All right, now, since we used the whole egg, even though it was a small egg, that dough looks a little too wet to me. So I'm gonna put just a little bit more of this tapioca flour in there. Just a little bit at a time, because it's going to soak that up pretty quick. Sorry, got it on your watch. You want it to be a pretty dry dough. So we're going to go a little bit more. Another thing you can do too is add a little more cheese, because that'll help soak up some of that moisture. That looks like that's going to be about right though, once you get that all mixed in there.
Does it need to be a dry cheese like Parmesan, or can it be?
That's a great question. Yes, I would make it a dry cheese. So a Parmesan cheese, or what's another? You're good with cheeses. What's another good cheese that would be hard that you could grate it out? Can you think of a good one? What do you use for your grilled cheese sandwiches? That's so good.
I just go to the cheese counter at Kroger. And I asked the guy say, hey, I'm making a grilled cheese. I want 3 different cheeses. And he tells me what to get. Most of the time, I can't even remember what they're called.
Yeah. Well, so any hard cheese you could use. Parmesan or any other kind of hard block cheese that you wanted to grate, you could use that in there as well. So what do you think? You think you can make little balls out of that, or do you think we need a little more flour?
Let's give it a shot here and see what the consistency looks like.
So we have our parchment lined baking sheet here. And they don't have to be perfect balls.
Might need a little more. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it needs a little bit more flour.
Still pretty sticky.
Since we halved the recipe, it's kind of And we used that whole egg. I guess I could have beaten the egg maybe and then cut it in half. I could have tried that, but
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to half an egg. This is the fun part.
Yes.
Getting your hands in it. It's kind of therapeutic. I think that's going to do it. What do you think?
I think that'll probably be all right
Yeah.
once we get it mixed.
I do too. And like I said, if they don't have to be like perfect little round balls. Now, your pão de queijo, if you get this in a Brazilian cafe or at a coffee shop or something, they're going to be perfect little beautiful balls. But you know what? When you're working at home and you're doing it and you're not a professional, and we did not sleep at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so, you know, they may not be perfect round balls, but it's kind of like the drop biscuits. I like the rustic look a little bit better anyway, so I think doing it like that is a little more fun. I think that looks pretty good. I would just go ahead and start. Just kind of take it and then just let it kind of drop down on there like that. You can make them as big or as little as you want. The bigger they are, of course, the longer it's going to take to the longer it's going to take to bake.
This feels like a science project gone wrong.
That's perfect. Yeah, just let that drop right on there. Yep, perfect.
I promise I washed my hands right before this.
We did. We did wash our hands, and good news is these are just for us. They're not going to puff up very much, so you don't have to worry about spacing them out really far or anything. Now, another thing you could do if you wanted, especially when it's this wet like this, you could grease a little miniature muffin tin and put them in a muffin tin and do it that way too, if you wanted. Doing it like this is going to make them look a little bit like our drop biscuits. And we all know how good those were. You had drop biscuits for lunch today.
I did, they were delicious.
Yeah.
I think I would definitely prefer a spoon.
Oh yeah. Well, you can rinse your hands off if you want and then get a spoon. All right, so definitely the better way to do it is a spoon.
Definitely, yeah.
It's not near as fun, but the spoon works really well. But also, just so you know, this YOKI flour that you get for this pão de queijo, the recipe is on the back. It is all in Portuguese, so I will put it in English on the website and in the comments below the video. But you can get this on the High Brazil Market website. So go to their Facebook page and then hop on over to their website and you can get this on their website. All right, so there's our pão de queijo. We're gonna put those in a 400-degree preheated oven, and they're gonna cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. Nice. 15 to 20 minutes, Nicholas is gonna set our timer, and when they are done, we will come back and we will give them a little try. So, all right, looks good. Oh, you set it for 16 minutes.
You said 15 to 20, so
Oh,
I figured I would
okay,
go
all
in the middle
right,
somewhere.
I like that, I like it. So we'll check them at 16, and if they're done, then we'll come back and show them to you. So we'll be back in about a half a second for you, about 16 minutes for us. We'll be right back. All right, timer has gone off. Nicholas is gonna get these, he's gonna get these out of the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. It smells so good, you guys. And they just puffed up so cute. Look how sweet that is. Isn't that beautiful, Nicholas?
Looks great.
I'm telling you, there's just such natural beauty in food. I just get so much joy out of it. Probably way more than I should. I don't know. All right, so these are like super hot. Let me see. So you can see on the bottom there, cooked really nice. When you tap on it, it sounds kind of hollow.
No soggy bottoms.
No soggy bottoms.
Shout out to Great British Baking Show.
We like that show, don't we? All right, so we'll just take that mini off and just let them sit on there for just a second. I'm gonna hold this. Your hands are tougher than mine.
Okay.
If you wanna just pull one apart so they can kind of see. So a little crunchy on top. Look at that.
Delicious, cheesy goodness.
That is perfect.
Yeah, that's definitely what you're looking for.
I'm gonna get this bite.
It might be too hot still.
I don't know, we'll just have to blow on it. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at the cheese pull on that. Oh, Nicholas.
It's good pound of cake.
High five.
Yeah, that's outstanding.
That is so good, you guys. Now listen, here's a little tip too. If you make the full recipe, you can always roll them into the little balls and then freeze them. and then like on your baking sheet, freeze them, and then drop them in a Ziploc bag. And then when you're ready to bake them, you can bake them from the frozen state as well. You don't have to bake them all right now fresh. But you're probably gonna want to because they're so good.
They are delicious.
They're crunchy on the outside. They have that little bit of a toasted cheese flavor on the outside, and then the inside is just that nice, soft, look at that cheese. They are really good, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Well
delicious.
done. Well done.
One more cheese pull for the camera.
Yeah, there you go. Listen. Oh, look at that. That is perfect. And we let them bake for 18 minutes. Just so you know, they took right at 18 minutes at 400 degrees. So, Nicholas, you're welcome back in my kitchen anytime.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, you keep making good stuff like this, I may have to make another guest appearance.
All right, guys, that's it. I sure hope you make this pão de queijo. It is so, so good, and your family is going to absolutely love it. These are great served with any meal. You could put these on the side of the lasagna soup, the Hawaiian chicken. You could put them on the side of anything you make that's Asian inspired. I'm telling you, they're delicious with any meal you make. You're going to absolutely love them. They don't even need any butter, do they?
No, you could even let them cool, cut them in half, and make little grilled cheeses out of them.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Or
You
maybe
could
little
make-
ham and cheeses.
Yes, you can make them a little bit bigger. Make the balls,
Yeah.
make the dough a little bit bigger balls, and yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys, well, you know what I need you to do now? I need you to spread this around like some good butter so that others will see how fun it is to get in the kitchen and whip something up. Just make a memory. Have somebody come over and cook with you. It's so much fun. I love you so much.
I love you too.
All right. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, make sure that you like and comment. That helps me out so much. It lets the algorithm know, and Facebook and YouTube know that you like the content, you like what I'm making and sharing with you, and they will share it with other people. So make sure you like and comment. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe and click that notification bell all so that you never miss a recipe. Like I said earlier, this bread recipe will be on my website, inthekitchenwithtabby.com, under the breads category. So make sure you look for it there. You can print the recipe out and make your own.
Shout out to Barbara Burgess. I will make sure to tell your daughter hello when I see her at work.
Okay, yeah, there you go, Barbara. I did not know that your daughter and my son knew each other. So welcome to the family. All right, so guys, listen, remember, Christ is the unseen guest at every dinner table and the silent listener at every single conversation. So please make sure that those words coming out of your mouth are pure and sweet like honey, that you're lifting each other up, shining your light, because that's what we're called to do. I love you so much. Thanks for coming into the kitchen with us. We've loved having you here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.